I'm joined now by Aaron David Miller, who served as an Arab-Israeli negotiator for the State Department. He's now a senior fellow for the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. So, Aaron, Netanyahu says that he has no choice but to, quote, finish the job. First of all, what does that even mean? And do you agree with him?
Look, I think this is happening, or at least the outlining an operation for Gaza City is happening because, number one, President Trump is acquiescing. Number two, the Knesset is out of session until October 19th after the Jewish holidays. And number three, there's an impasse in the negotiations with Hamas, clearly. They've toughened up their terms. And this is good politics for Mr. Netanyahu. As far as the public is concerned, it's extraordinary to me that in 2 years, and we're approaching this, marking the second year after October 7th, the Israeli public had a big impact in turning the judicial reform program off, at least temporarily. But Netanyahu isn't interested, and he's not listening. 60+1, Ryan, is the key. That's all he needs to govern. And as long as he has American support, it seems to me that there's a margin for him to continue to maneuver. Whether we're ever going to see a major Israeli operation against Gaza City, we may, but then again, we may not. This is vintage Netanyahu, Ryan. No end game and plenty of exit ramps should he want to take them.
So where is the pressure coming from? You mentioned there is a bit of public pressure. There's, of course, a degree of political pressure, but none of that seems to be impacting this kind of forward momentum that he has in this regard. Where could the pressure come that could make him change course? There's
no political pressure from his coalition. That's clear. There's no pressure from the United States. And I mean, I understand the Europeans' view here. They're pushed by domestic politics, but no European country, even though the Germans have imposed a partial arms embargo, they're still buying $4 billion in Israeli aero defense missile systems. The Europeans have failed to impose a single cost or consequence on Israel or on the Netanyahu government that would alter the trajectory of the conflict or Israeli strategy. And as far as the Arab states are concerned, neither Israel's treaty partners, Egypt or Jordan, or the Abraham Accord countries, again, have failed to impose a single cost or consequence on Israel or on the Trump administration. So it is a lot of noise, clearly, understandably, but I just don't see much of it dissuading the Israelis. Netanyahu may not go ahead with this Gaza City thing. Witkoff is working on a proposal, the Qataris and the Egyptians. Hamas is now back in Cairo. So I'm afraid for the hostages, their families, and the horrible conditions for Palestinian civilians in Gaza. We're no closer to ending this war.
Yeah. So the UN has warned of another, what they call calamity, if this offensive goes forward. Does the international community, is there anything they can do at this point?
Oh, well, what could they do and what will they do? I find the last 2 years really pretty remarkable. The so-called vaunted international community is divided, self-interested. The UN Security Council, nothing can happen between Russian and Chinese aggravation with the U.S. and vice versa, and the Trump administration's acquiescence in Israeli strategy. There's going to be no UN action. Yeah, they can continue to support Palestinian statehood, but that, by and large, Ryan, is virtue signaling. That is not going to have the desired impact on the Netanyahu government, and it may even cause, I'm not sure this is true, it may even cause Hamas to toughen up their positions because their objective here is to blacken Israel's name in any way they possibly can.
And we only have about 15 seconds. Is the problem here that Hamas is not coming to the table, or is it that Israel is not coming to the table? Where's the divide there?
There's a Witkoff proposal out there. Over the last month or so, Hamas has toughened its terms. So I think the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Ryan, is never one hand clapping.
Yeah. A tough question for me to have you answer in 15 seconds, Aaron, but I appreciate it anyway. You did a great job.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.